What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd.
Welcome, nerds, to All Things Nerd podcast.
Strong start. Happy New Year.
One more time. Just give me the clap, please. Title of my sex tape.
At that point in time, we should just keep going with it.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chad, I hope you had a good holiday season. And to all of our friends and family that listen, we hope you all had a safe and happy holiday season with your loved ones. With that being said, see what I did there? We're going to jump right into our first topic. But first, that's the wrong drink. But first,
Cheers.
this salting sip. We don't say that anymore at the end, do we?
No,
God
that's
damn it.
okay.
It's been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple of weeks. But with this first topic, we're going to talk about... We're not going to go through the entire season of What If Season 2. We're going to kind of touch on the first 6 episodes, and then we'll touch on the last 3 later. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't started watching yet, go do that. It's fantastic. The first season was awesome. This is awesome. It's fun. It's a little bit more goofy than even the most goofy of Marvel projects. But we're not looking at you, Love and Thunder. Because we don't want to. But yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the first episode is what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps. I thought this episode was sweet. It felt kind of Blade Runner-esque, like noir.
That's a good reference,
Yeah.
dude. Yes, 100% yes. It did feel like that.
It was sweit.
That was a good reference, dude.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm a little thrown back by that.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I impressed you once.
Well, yeah, I saw a movie that was out before you were born. That's really cool, man.
As I love Star Wars. Thanks, guy.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, that was a good reference. And yeah, this episode does have that feel to it. It's very much so. Yeah, we're gonna go through, like Chad said, the first like 6 episodes. We're probably not gonna go in depth because there's 6 episodes to get through because we took a little vacation here. But it was really good. That one was cool. Nebula's cool. There's some familiar faces. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, also, anytime Howard the Duck shows up in the MCU, whether it's a quick cameo in a post-credit scene or he has a larger role in like these what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fun. I mean, Seth Green. It's hard not to hear his voice when he's being Howard the Duck, but
I just hear Chris from Family Guy.
so do I.
Yeah.
What if I start the mower this way? It's a more familiar motion.
The lawn. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. There are some characters that were in it that aren't voiced by some people. Vin Diesel being one of those people because he is like going through some rapey charges.
Yeah.
Because, Vin Diesel sucks.
I'm not the biggest of Vin Diesel fan, but that still kind of surprised me.
Really? Not me. Have you seen him in interviews? He's a fucking weirdo, dude. Like he's always
Hmm.
hitting on like female interviewers and shit.
Oh, is he really? I
Hmm. Like like
again, not
to
the
the
biggest of his fans, so I don't really
yeah,
keep up with, his
yeah.
press junkets.
Like to the like level of cringe.
Oof.
Like he just like lays it on super thick and it's like, dude, chill the F out, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So it's not unbelievable for me who has seen stuff like that. But yeah, so Groot is in it, but it's not voiced by Vin Diesel, and I'm pretty sure he's hopefully getting fired from like everything. So
Yeah. I haven't been. I mean, I heard about that scandal, but I haven't really looked much more into it. I was just like, huh.
oh, I bet you your phone is listening to you, and you by morning you're gonna have all of
Oh,
the
gonna see
details
a
you need.
bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just gonna be family all over your phone.
Weird way to phrase that, but I knew what you meant.
Oh God. Anyways,
Episode two?
episode, I was like, anyways, episode 2 is called What If Peter Quill Attacked Earth? Basically Peter when he got abducted in the movies, in this one he's still a kid, and he is working with his dad, Ego.
Yeah,
Um,
basically Yandu
yeah.
delivered him like he was supposed to.
Yeah. And awesome that Kurt Russell did come back to voice Ego. So
Yeah.
that was cool. Um, but yeah, and they just kind of destroy planets together, which is a good time.
Yeah, it's super fun. But, like, Peter is, like we saw in Guardians 2, at some point in time, Ego just kind of, like, takes over his mind, and it takes him, a few things to, like, snap out of it.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
this instance, it's the further away he gets from Ego, the more, like,
Lucid he becomes.
yeah,
Yeah.
good word choice.
I know.
Look at
We're on
us.
a roll. We're
Great
on a roll.
references, good vocabulary. I don't think we've said fuck once. Um,
Ah.
intentional. Um,
Fucking A.
but so this episode is like in the 80s,
Hmm.
uh, later 80s, where Peter Quill is 7 years old. Um, but
The cool.
it's pretty
Sorry.
fun. Go ahead.
I was to say the coolest part in this episode for me is that it's all of the old school, like Avengers, if you will. Um, like it's T'Chaka. T'Challa's dad is the
Dependers.
active Black Panther at this time. Hank Pym is the active Ant-Man. Even Lawrence Fishburne reprises his role as Goliath,
Yeah.
because at this point in time, Ant-Man is Shmuel. But Goliath does the other way, and he gets big.
Mhm.
And that's before they combine the two in the new
Chicken, wow,
movies.
wow.
But whatever.
What?
Yeah. Wow, wow, wee, wow. King of the castle. King of the castle. But yeah, so and all those people came back to voice those roles. I thought that was really, really cool. And it was cool to see them uh like the old school Avengers, but they weren't called the Avengers.
Yeah.
But they
Uh,
were working as a team, which is
just
really cool.
called Earth's Mightiest Heroes
Yeah.
without the Avengers part.
And Peter and Hope Van Dyne. Hope Van Dyne. Yes,
Yeah.
Hope. I had it right. I questioned myself mid sentence there. But they have like a little thing that kinda is what snaps him out of.
Yeah, like he meets another
Yeah.
child that has experienced losing their mother,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like his friend. And then we get bigger draws.
Mm-hmm.
Ego comes to Earth, and yeah, pretty much just it's a good episode.
Yeah.
It's for how dark of a subject matter it is,
Mhm.
it's light and fun, and
Yeah.
it's cool
And
to get all those voice actors or all those
yeah.
actors back to voice their younger characters, which is sweet.
And Peter, he is a hero in the end of it once he kind of
Hmm.
breaks that. Yeah.
And he calls himself
Anyways.
Star Lord.
Hmm.
And it was the same kind of thing
He
that
said my mom
fully,
calls me Star-Lord.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it
That's
was
cute.
like the same sort of thing where Kurt Russell admits that he killed Peter's mom,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
it was cool. The third episode was a bit weird,
Yes.
but this was
It
like
was
the actual like Christmas episode.
all right, did you get the references of what it actually was? If you didn't,
It
I'm
was
gonna be really
Die
mad at
Hard.
you. Die Hard,
Yeah,
yes, thank you.
come on.
Well, I don't know, man. Sometimes you surprise me with shit you don't know.
That's fair. Um,
This was the Christmas episode. So it was like the Christmas party at the Avengers Tower, and Happy Hogan is the one who it is the hero
yeah,
ish.
and Sam Rockwell literally doing the Hans Gruber fall at the
Yes,
end.
dude, that was so awesome. Plus, I love Sam Rockwell.
Yeah,
I'm so
and it
glad he
was
came back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he's gonna be,
in
I think,
Armor
the
Wars,
main
right?
bad guy in Armor Wars. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it would make sense for him to come back. But yeah, yeah. I mean, Happy basically turns into Thanos,
yeah.
just a big
Through
purple,
through
veiny, triumphant bastard. And
through through some Hulk intervention. Yeah, the main premise is that they're trying to.
keep talking.
Yeah.
Nicole left, and I told her to bring Jubilee back down here, and she just brought her in the living room, not
Oh.
in the office. So she's just, you can hear her chewing her bone like outside of the door.
Yeah. They Tony and Bruce are working on separating uh from Bruce's blood, separating like the rage from the Hulk, so that the main conscious of whoever now gets this ability is still like mostly in control. That's why Sam Rockwell is trying to take over the Avengers Tower, is to get that. Happy accidentally gets stuck with it. He turns into a very disproportionate Purple Hulk.
Oh yeah,
But then
yeah, yeah,
he,
yeah.
yeah, like one arm's bigger than the other. And for some reason, he has the Tommy Lee Jones Two face going on, where like one eye's like constantly like part squinted, and like half of his mouth is overly emoji grin. Um, but it was fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
That one was good.
Thor shows up at the end wearing a Santa hat.
Yeah.
Excuse me. One of my favorite episodes so far, because I only watched through episode 6. One of my favorite episodes so far is this one. The Iron Man. What if Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster? So basically, in the first Avengers movie, when Iron Man goes to throw the nuke through the wormhole or whatever portal, he doesn't make it back through, and he ends up in Sakaar, which is, what you would know from Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and so Tony ends up there, and that was a really fun episode too, because also all those people came back to voice their roles, including Jeff Goldblum and as the Grandmaster, and but they kind of had like a Mario Kart like death race.
Yeah, it was like Mario Kart at the Thunderdome. You know, like
Yeah,
it
it was
was a
like
bit Mad
twisted
Maxy.
twisted metal. Yeah,
Oh, that's a much better way to.
it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tessa Thompson or Valkyrie, and Tony kind of team up together, which kind of team up together because they're trying to kill each other for a little while. But
Yeah.
uh, that was probably one of my favorite episodes of
No,
the season.
and Gamora is there. That's who's trying to
Yes.
kill
Oh, it
Tony
was
for.
Gamora that was
Yeah.
trying to kill him. You're right. Yep. But that Zoe?
I don't think so.
I don't
Um,
think so either.
I can check while you tell them that joke.
Oh. Two Chads walk into a bar.
What is cool is that Rachel House came back for Topaz as well. The one with the glowy stick, the melty
Oh
stick.
yeah.
And no, it was not Zoe Deschanel.
Mm,
Cynthia K.
excuse you?
Zoe Deschanel. Zoe Saldana. I'm
I was
so
like,
sorry.
excuse you?
I
How
was
dare
reading
you
something and
disrespect?
Zoe was stuck in my head. I'm so sorry. Zoe Saldana. Uh, but Cynthia K. McWilliams is who voiced Gamora.
That episode was super fucking cool because and it's not, the unfortunate thing is that it's not Downey voicing Tony Stark.
Um, Tony said it in Iron Man 2. They can't afford him.
Yeah,
Um,
you can't. But yeah. So, but this was one of the cooler episodes in my opinion. Yeah, this is my favorite, probably my favorite. This one and the sixth one, which we'll get to in a couple minutes here, but um, I think you and I both, we'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah. And then episode 5 is the continuation of the post-credit scene from season 1, where uh, Captain Peggy Carter finds the Hydra Stomper on the ship from what would have been Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
I mean, it's cool that it was like a continuation of the story, but it wasn't the strongest of episodes.
Well, it's also I thought it was pretty cool. Um, it was also a continuation in the Peggy in the first season didn't have a home to go back to. So the Watcher put her on that Earth at the end of season one.
No, it was Black Widow.
Was it Black Widow? Was there a thing? Do you feel like there's a little romance there in there? I feel like there might be.
I I wish. Or sorry, what if?
Yeah,
Oh,
what if?
um,
I thought it was a pretty cool episode. It's basically Steve is brainwashed by,
he's the Winter Soldier at this point in time.
yeah, but he's, yeah, and by
The
the Red
Red Room.
Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Also really cool. Rachel Weisz came back to voice um Scarlett Johansson's mom figure. She was in
Melina.
she was in Black Widow. She played Red Guardian's like wife or whatever. Yeah. So she came back. Lake Bell has continued to voice Black Widow, which is really cool. I love Lake Bell.
I do too,
Um,
and she's so good at like mimicking like the
mhm.
cadence and everything where you don't really notice that it's not ScarJo.
Yeah. And then it was Haley Atwell as
Yes.
Peggy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool that she's
Yeah.
been back for all those.
I was watching I was like paying real close attention to the opening credits of every episode to see who was actually coming back. A lot of them surprised me. I was like, "Ooh, they actually came for yeah." But yeah.
Sebastian Stan continuing to be
Hmm.
Bucky. Elizabeth Olsen
Not
as
Chris Evans though, as who does um little kid Cap, or sorry, skinny Cap.
oh
I, Diet Captain America, if you will.
um that's a good question. Um,
You don't have it pulled up?
I'm looking. Uh,
It's going well.
I think it's just based on the cast list. It's just someone that does additional voice. Josh Keaton. Sorry.
Josh Keaton. Who is that? That's familiar.
He has voiced. He voiced Spider-Man in the Spectacular Spider-Man. Um,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. Also in Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. Um, strong. Um, yeah, he's been in. Uh, he's a big voice actor. He's been in a lot of things. Young Justice, bunch of video games, Tales of the Jedi,
Cool.
Batman stuff.
Very cool. Yeah, and then so whatever. That one's a good one also. I thought it was good. You didn't really seem like you liked it that much, but
I mean, I enjoyed all these episodes. It just wasn't in my top three.
mm.
Um,
Um,
I liked it better than the holiday episode.
yeah, the happy one.
Yeah, and
I,
the
yeah.
I mean, it was fun because it was like superhero Die Hard, but yeah,
Um, the last episode, probably my favorite episode of the season. I haven't watched past this episode, so I can't definitively say that. But so far, this is my favorite episode. Um, what if Kahari
Kahori.
re reshaped the world? This is Chad and I talked about this a while ago, when it was announced, but this is a completely new made up superhero. This isn't somebody that you will ever have seen in comics, movies, cartoons. This is a completely original character. And she's Native American and she is a fucking badass, dude. She also gets
Yeah,
her power kind of the same way that Captain Marvel gets her power
yeah,
through the Tesseract.
yeah.
But
But the
it's like
Tesseract is like fractured.
and in a lake,
Yeah,
which they it's like a sacred place. And
yeah.
yeah,
She's a
it's
Mohawken indigenous person.
yeah, it is a fucking rad episode. And I think that Marvel does a really good job of, or Disney, I should say, Disney slash Marvel do a really good job of not shying away from the fact that, you know, white people are the devil.
The whites.
Or at least like they were and, kind of still are.
Historically, we've not been great.
Yeah. Hey, I'm half white, so I get it.
Yeah.
I punch my mom in the face every time I see her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's that's obviously a joke. I love my mom. Love you, mom. Sorry, mom. There it is. We have a sticker that says that. Uh, but no. There. I don't want to get political about it, but there is a little bit of politics to it because there is a shift in everything right now where white people are trying to erase the fact that they did shitty stuff and rather than owning it and being like, yeah, okay,
How do we
our
be
an
better?
our ancestors sucked, but like, hey, we can move on from this. Rather than that, they're like, yeah, we didn't do that. No,
It
that
wasn't
never
that bad. Some of the
Yeah.
people we oppressed were happy about it.
Yeah, Jesus
That's
Christ.
not true.
So anyway, that's what I'm saying is that this episode is really cool because it did not go along with that. Definitely portrayed
Yeah.
the white people that were coming there as white devils.
Yeah, and what's really cool is uh I don't know if it's a to me it seems like a unique first name. Is it Devery? Devery
Oh shit, I
Jacobs?
don't have her pulled up. Yeah, but yeah.
Um she's who voices Kahori,
Bahari,
and
yeah.
she is an indigenous woman, which is really cool. Some of you might know her from the Reservation Dogs show on Hulu.
I never watched it, but
I
I didn't
haven't
know she
watched
was in
it
it. That's
either.
cool.
When you sent me the thing where she wants to play Kahori live
Live
action,
action.
which would be awesome. I didn't know that she also voiced her. I thought that she just
Yeah.
saw it and was like,
No,
me
yeah.
please. But for those that have seen Reservation Dogs on Hulu, she is in that as well. She's one of the main girls in that. Women. She's not a child. But this was really cool because they worked with indigenous Mohawken tribes so that the language could be correct. Because this is based back in like the 1400s. Basically, they don't say that it's Columbus, but it is a Spanish conquistador that comes
Yeah.
to the New World in order to find the Fountain of Youth. It's Columbus. Let's be honest. But they worked with Mohawk indigenous tribes for the language, which was cool because most of this episode is subtitled because it
Hmm.
is in foreign languages, both Spanish
Well,
and Mohawken,
I was like,
minus the
not,
Watcher.
it's like not really foreign because they're Native Americans.
That's
So,
that's true. Yeah, foreign to my common tongue.
no, I'm just being a jerk about it.
But
I
that's the
love.
right. That was a good thing to point out. It's not technically a foreign language.
I love being a jerk about it, dude. Nicholas, my girlfriend is white, and I love her to death, and I love making her feel racist. It is one of the greatest joys of my life is giving her a hard time about it because
Your your dog,
referenced
your kid,
she
making
she
your girlfriend
referenced
feel racist.
she referenced Pocahontas. She wasn't calling anybody Pocahontas. She was like, "Oh, this is like Pocahontas," and I was like, "Babe, they don't all look alike. That's racist."
That's
And
terrible.
she,
That's so terrible.
but I do it with everything that she references a colored person. I'm just like, dude, that's racist. Like, I love it. I love it
Oh, you're
because
such a bully. I love it.
I know. Anyways, this was my favorite episode so far. I haven't watched the last three. Fucking goddamn it, it's good. And I love that it's a completely new character, and I hope that we're gonna see Kahari live action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe
And
at some
for like a
point.
completely original character, just for a 30-minute animated
Mm,
multiversal episode, so well done.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to see more uh, Kahori moving forward.
Please, sir, I want some more. More? Yeah, okay. Give us more.
Well, if you want more like energy or anything like that, you should check out our first sponsor. I didn't know how to transition.
It was
Sorry.
a little forced, but
Yeah, it was. Um, but we're sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks. Really good energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 crash. If you're not a fan of energy drinks, they do have other things like cake in a cup, protein packed desserts, supplements, sleep aids, and a handful of plant based options, which is pretty cool, especially for us. So listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you all to talk about some nerd news. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, friends, we are going to share some we are going to talk about some nerd news, but before we get into that, we want to give a huge shout out to Rose of No Man's Land tattoo shop in Woodbury, Minnesota for your hooking us up with some badass tattoos the past couple months really. I haven't wanted to talk about it until I got it completely done. It was 3 sessions.
Yeah.
But it hurt really bad. So
I got multiple small ones instead of sitting there watching.
I made Chad drive me so I could get not drunk because you don't do that before tattoos.
Never.
But anyways, this is my finished project. Don't look at my nipples, guys. It's weird. But yeah, it's a big one. It hurt really bad.
It's so sweet though.
Yeah. A lot of fun. It's a Phoenix. It's on my Instagram if you want to get a better look at it.
And it's on our Instagram too. So.
All right, yeah, it's on the podcast Instagram. That's what I should have led with.
Oh, both. Jesus. You could have done better, but you did good.
I did good. I did good. Couple sad things before we get into the juice of it, but
the big sad news is Tom Wilkinson passed away this past week. I mean, he's been in a lot of things, but for nerds, you would probably most likely recognize him from Batman Begins. He played Falcone in the first Nolan Dark Knight movie. But yeah.
Job.
Thanks.
Yeah, very sad. I actually really like Tom Wilkinson. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in The Exorcist of Emily Rose, if you like horror movies.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, The Last Kiss, scary. Which I've been telling you to watch for years and you haven't fucking watched it.
I'm really good at
that. Mad respect for you and thank you for your craft and your contribution to the art that we love. You will be missed. In other sad news, John Boyega does not want to replace Jonathan Majors as King.
We never talked about the Jonathan Majors thing either, because that happened.
I thought we did. Did we not?
The verdict came out after our last episode.
Okay.
We were going to put something out just as like a little deal, but Jonathan Majors was found guilty of
assault and harassment.
Yeah.
So
it was like second or third degree, like non-premeditated, like non-intentional, but he still did some shitty things. And
like a 250-pound dude. You can't, even if it was just what he did was she was hitting him, so it was in self-defense. And I've been pretty vocal about, I feel like you should be able to, but you also have to know your boundaries a little bit. You're a giant fucking man. And he picked her up and threw her back in the car. She smacked her head on the frame of the car it had to have been, because he didn't hit her. He just picked her up and like shoved her back in the car. That's where the cut behind her ear came from. But yeah, so He was found guilty, and as we have said from the beginning, if he was found guilty, go fuck yourself, dude.
Yep,
And
no longer Stan.
yeah, Disney and Marvel said the same fucking thing, and I believe they are recasting. We have been saying since the beginning of this thing that a good stand-in would be John Boyega, which was Finn from Star Wars.
Yeah,
But John Boyega said, nope, not interested.
yeah.
Uh,
I
but
mean, good for
one
him.
of one of the cool things though is that he said the only reason he doesn't want to do it is because he doesn't think that Marvel will ever do better than the first Iron Man movie. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think that was pretty
it
cool
was
because
because he's a fan and he doesn't
no,
think that.
they'll top it.
Yeah,
And he wants to work more in indie films right now, is what he said too. So,
yeah.
but that's
Probably
cool.
because he was burned very heavily from a different major Disney franchise, and it was like,
It wasn't his fault. It
no, it
wasn't his
wasn't.
fault. It was them. He
Yeah,
had such potential to be. I'm getting off topic and I'll reel it in a second here. But he had such potential to be the main character, if not like kind of the
like a co-lead.
Hans. I was gonna say like the Han Solo to Luke Skywalker, basically. Like he was
Yeah,
supposed to be a much bigger role, and Disney, aka fucking Star Wars, I don't fucking know.
Lucasfilms.
Yeah, just
But not really
fucking
Lucas. But
did him dirty. Wasn't his fault.
yeah,
It's not your fault, Will.
don't say that, man.
It's
Uh,
not your fault. Oh, I
no,
thought we were gonna do the whole thing. Okay, we'll stop. Uh,
I mean it
I kept
is
going.
it is a bummer because, like you said, like the idea of Finn in the Star Wars universe is really intriguing,
Mm.
and hinting
So
that he's like force sensitive too and stuff like that. Like that could have been really cool storytelling, and it was just slop. They they wasted a good character, and now he doesn't want to go back to that either. So
yeah,
don't
which,
blame him.
like you said, good for him.
Yeah,
You know, this is this next topic is I might steamroll this a little bit just because
go for it because
this
I love
is
this, but it's
this is like
fantastic.
one of my favorite fucking things I've ever heard done by a celebrity. So we've been kind of talking about the Melissa Barrera being fired from Scream because of her outspokenness. Is that even a fucking word? Uh, about Palestine. And yeah, as we try to not be too political on our podcast, but we also recognize evil. And what's happening with Israel and Palestine is fucking evil. It's
Mm.
real evil. If you haven't seen it, you don't, I mean, it's if you've never seen evil before, this genocide is evil. Um, and she is very outspoken about it, and they fired her. And then after they fired her, Jenna Ortega dropped off for money disputes. And
And
then they were like, oh,
scheduling conflicts.
yeah. And then they were like, oh, we don't need you guys. We'll just hire Nev Campbell to be the star. And Nev Campbell was like, nah, son, I don't want to
Yeah.
be a part of this. And then they were like, oh, do we reboot? Do we have to scrap our whole fucking thing? Everybody blew up about it. I mean, it's been all over the internet. Everyone's standing with Melissa Barrera over this. And she has doubled down about it and was like, I'm not gonna take back what I said because this is terrible. And um, they was it Miramax and is it Spyglass? What's the production company?
I thought it was Columbia.
Is it cool? Yeah. Anyways, Chad's looking it up, but they asked her to have a meeting with them so they could apologize, and she said, "Sure, fly me out first class, pay for my hotel, blah blah blah. I want all the
It is
bells and whistles."
Spyglass. You're right.
Spyglass, yeah. I want all the bells and whistles, and they're like, bet $100,000 they paid for her to come out.
Yeah, she brought
She's
like her friends and her
yeah,
family.
she spent about 45 seconds in the meeting for them to be like, "Hey, we're really sorry," and then she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do the movie," and then walked out.
Yeah, because they had said like, "We're sorry, we'll rehire you, but if you delete the post."
You gotta, yeah, they wanted her to retract her statement.
Yeah,
And she was like, nope, and walked out. 45 seconds. They spent $100,000 and she was like, nope, and walked out. And I think that is the most baller fucking thing ever. I support this chick forever.
yeah,
I've seen rumors, not rumors, but like fan castings that she should be the next Wonder Woman. And I think if
100%.
James Gunn is hopefully not a piece of shit about this whole situation, do it. Fucking do it. That'd be
Yeah,
the biggest slap in the face to everybody on that team that like I would and she's a good actress. She's very pretty and I think she would play Wonder Woman really well. I think she would do it really well. And I also think it'd be a slap in the face to the previous Wonder Woman because no, well, actually, in all offense, fuck Gal Gadot because she is backing Israel in their genocide for Palestine. So I think it would be
which
really
is
cool to get,
very disheartening. I mean, because
yeah,
there's plenty of Israelis that aren't, but
yeah,
she is.
yeah, she's a piece of
For
shit.
those
Fuck
that
her.
don't know, she's
Yeah,
Israeli.
she is Israeli, like army, wasn't she? So yeah,
Well,
she's
they
like,
have forced military service.
yeah, but yeah, she's definitely backing it, and she's just a pile of fucking garbage that can't act and can barely speak English in her fucking movies and fucker, 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 fucker. But I think it'd be really cool if the girl that replaces her is somebody who is a big supporter of Palestine. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's go, James Gunn, make it happen.
but
Sorry.
also James Gunn, we know that you're a piece of shit, and make sure that you give credit to the people that deserve it. Like your co-writers. This one wasn't written down, but you showed me that.
I do remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was that was it Guardians? Uh,
It's a different kind of piece of shit.
oh
You
yeah.
know, genocide and not
Oh, way
paying
worse.
somebody
That's
or way,
that's
yeah,
evil.
yeah.
That's
But
evil.
yes, you are right. You are James Gunn. You are kind of a piece of shit for this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be in your. I
Yeah.
think I sent it on
Co.
Insta.
It was the co-writer for Guardians of the Galaxy, and he didn't want to share credit. And then once she got him to give her credit, she threw a fuck James Gunn party, and
Hmm.
it was Nicole Perlman.
Yeah,
Good for you.
good for you. James Gunn is just going the wrong direction. I mean, he makes good movies,
I
and I'm
don't.
sure the movies are gonna be bomb. I'm sure they are. I'm not denying that. I just think he's kind
It's
of a little asshole. Yeah,
yeah.
he's like just kind of a dork. I don't know. Someone punch him in his face. Is that bad?
No, not at all. That
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.
But let's talk about we did in some more positive nerd news. We did get a trailer for season 4 of The Boys.
A new trailer. We had a teaser.
Yeah, it was like a teaser, but this
Yeah.
is a
But
full
mm-hmm.
trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It looks sweet. Sorry, I steamrolled over you while you were talking.
No, I literally said before it even started that last segment that I was gonna steamroll that. So you take this one all you want. Take it home, buddy.
I mean, it looks rad, and we know that this takes place about a week after where season 1 of Gen V ends. This is going to be violent. It's going to be so good. And that's saying something for The Boys, because it is already violent. But just Homelander covered in blood and guts.
It's smiling.
And
Yeah.
oof, I love this show. I'm so
There's some
ready.
new heroes joining too. And there's also this is a interesting it's a fan theory that I read. It's not my own theory, unfortunately. But that, and I may have said it already, but there is in the seven, Black Noir is there, but we know that he got killed last season of The Boys. There is a rumor or theory that it's Sam from Gen V because he joined the the bad guys. He's strong. Yeah, he could definitely suit up
Oh
as. Yeah. Are you frozen or okay? I was like, are you frozen or is
no.
your face just like that right now?
That blew my mind because
Yeah.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah, Black Noir is dead. So who is that in that suit? And the theory is it's Sam. It'd be fucking dope.
Laughs in French.
What will also be dope is that if Sam is Black Noir and they are able to get him to switch back to being a good guy.
But it also makes sense because Black Noir saw like the cartoon animals, and Sam's he's.
Oh, I didn't even put that connection
I
together.
just
Holy
thought of that.
fuck. Yeah.
Oh, where they're
Oh, that's
both
good.
mentally
That's
unstable because of their
good. Yeah.
trauma.
Fuck,
Oh
dude.
man, this
I bet
show.
it is. Now that you said that, I
That
bet it
makes
is
so much
Sam.
sense. Yeah.
Has to be. Holy fucking shit. Because Black Noir saw cartoons and Sam saw puppets.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. We blew our own fucking minds just now. That's good. That's
Hell.
real good.
Hell yes.
We also see in the trailer that Butcher is using powers again, which, in the last season they said if he used it again he would die. Um and they show him definitely using powers again in this trailer, which means one of two things we know from our conversation with Russ Braun, just gonna name drop that real quick. Uh
Yes.
that all of the boys eventually get permanent powers. It's
Well,
not.
in the graphic novels, it starts with them already having powers.
Yeah.
But yes, permanent powers.
Yeah. So eventually, and it looks like this season, we're gonna see Butcher and hopefully Huey, just fully soups. But they need that because you can't fight soups if you're not a soup. Not good.
Yes. Good soup. Sorry, that was stupid.
No, it was funny. I thought it was funny.
um
If you want to add anything to that, I sorry. I'm sorry. I
no,
sorry.
that I
I sorry.
sorry. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Um oh,
God
sorry
damn it.
sorry everyone. We're funny and idiots. Um uh
Yep.
yeah, and also we know that in season 3, is it Victoria Newman, the
hmm
senator,
hmm
gives Compound V to her daughter, and it they kind of like leave it on a cliffhanger there that it's very volatile for her. And we see a couple of clips of a little girl just like going ham.
All
It's gonna be insane because I'm pretty sure in from what I've fan theories is that her daughter goes insane because of it.
yeah. And there's two small things. All the small things. Um,
Oh, little
is
windmill, yes.
the uh Homelander's son, his rape child, is very douchey. We knew that from the end of season three that he's gonna be a little asshole, and it looks that way in this trailer that he is fully embracing the
Homelander.
that. Yeah. And also I really, 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 really love that they are making a funny play at Mega.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, and that also is in this trailer. Is
Yeah.
it says what does it say? It's not Make America Great Again. It's oh, what does the trailer say? There's a slogan that they're holding up on signs that's similar to Make America Great Again,
Yeah.
but it's like like Save America Great Again or something stupid like that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, equally
Uh,
dumb to, Make America Great Again, but for TV.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't remember what it is either, but
I was gonna look it up, but I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, they're I mean Seth Rogen is one of the people that is behind all of this, and he hates Trump, so it's funny that they're
and he's Canadian, so
yeah
he's got that going for him already.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
we don't have to get into this one really, but we did get a little teaser for What If Season 3, so we know that there's going to be a Season 3. And just because we didn't get a chance to talk about it, Rebel Moon, we were so excited for this movie. And it disappointed.
big time.
Big time.
Some of you probably already saw this movie. Um, it was called A Bug's Life, and
Yeah.
that's the premise of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but worse because Bug's Life was good.
Yeah,
Which is a
they're
bummer
just,
because I like Zack Schneider.
and like all of the actors in this are
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The movie was hot, 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 hot trash, in my opinion.
No
That's just
character
my personal opinion.
development, very little. It was super derivative uh,
The
of
only
Star
interesting,
Wars because it was supposed to be a Star Wars film, and then they said no, so then they had to change a few things. So
the
then it,
worst Star Wars movie ever made was better than this movie.
oh yes, The Last Jedi.
It was bad. The only interesting character in the entire movie is a robot. He's in the
Jimmy.
voiced by Anthony Hopkins, and he's in the movie for a collective
Like
5 minutes, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
but we do. They did release the trailer for part two, which comes out in April, and it looks like Jimmy's going to be hopefully a bigger part.
hopefully. This is the only person I give a shit about in the movie.
Yeah.
There are so many flaws and holes, and maybe they'll fix it in the second one, but I doubt it because it's already made. So, like, if someone were to be like,
There's
"Hey,
not a lot
there's a
of time to like correct.
exactly, yeah, it's too much slow motion. I mean,
Oh my
Jesus
god.
fucking Christ. It was like
300 looks
watching,
like it's at 1.5 speed compared to this movie.
I was gonna say it was like watching Zootopia when they're at the DMV with the sloth. It was I like every time they slowed something down, I
I
was like,
don't
God
need to see
fucking
Charlie
damn it.
Hunnam stand up in slow motion.
Or oh shit, what's her name? Oh shit.
Sophia? Or
The main girl.
yeah, oh, Sophia.
There's a part in the movie where she drops rice on the ground and it's in slow motion. And it's like, why? But for why?
Yeah, for her why?
Yeah.
Sophia Botella.
Yeah. Not a great movie. Not really. Hopefully the second one's better, but based on what I've seen, I don't have high hopes for it.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Which is a bummer because I love Charlie Hunnam. I love Charlie Hunnam.
In the
He's
second that his character got interesting, he got a cattle prod to the face and died.
did he die?
It's
They
kind
never they never even show his body hit the ground. I'm just saying.
but that's true. But then they also spent way too much time watching Ray Fisher take little small steps to make it look like he was running fast.
That was really dumb.
Mm,
God, it was a bad movie.
yeah.
Yeah, a
But
lot of hype, a
what we
lot of
could
hype
be very
for.
excited about moving on from that is
Yeah,
next week what comes out. I just don't
Oh,
want to
oh
shit
yeah,
all over the movie because a lot of people worked hard on it, and
I know. I was gonna say
it
like
had cool parts, but
I'm kind of amped up for the second one because I think part of why I didn't like it so much was that my expectations were like Man of Steel,
yeah,
and then it was Aquaman 2.
which we haven't even seen yet.
No, but it got just terrible.
Yeah,
Sorry. All right, something I've seen, The Flash.
yeah,
Yeah, it was just not great. I love all the actors. I love the work that you put into it. Please don't stop doing what you're doing just because you did a bad movie. Blah 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 blah. You still made a bunch of money, and we love you. But the movie was bad. It happens.
yeah,
Whatever. Um, Next week, yeah, we get something awesome.
yeah. What is it?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, because I just kind of like,
No, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
We're just talking
yeah,
here. But fucking Echo on
yeah,
Disney Plus, and they're releasing all 6 episodes at once, so you can fucking binge that shit. And it has a mature rating, so Disney, Disney Plus has a setting on it so that because all of their shit is Disney movies and Disney TV shows,
yeah,
so now they have a setting on there where you can parental block shit, which is hilarious.
yeah.
Apparently, it's supposed to be pretty bloody. I mean, yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
excited.
I hope so. And I'm excited. Um, I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, but Alakwa Cox, who plays what's her actual name? Maya, who plays Maya, aka Echo.
Mm.
Um, I'm so excited. She killed it in the Hawkeye series, which was her first acting credit. This will be her second. Like,
Hmm.
hasn't done anything else. Um, but also to play like a deaf character, actually hiring someone who is deaf is like that's
So
awesome.
was it Makari
Oh,
in
in Eternals?
Eternals?
Yeah.
She was also actually deaf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And thank you Disney and Marvel for doing shit like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend's deaf, so I like really
Yeah.
like appreciate that. I mean, she's not like fully deaf. She's deaf.
Yeah.
She doesn't have her hearing aids and she can't hear a goddamn thing. Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but
No,
I
but
just
the
know
only
that.
reason you laugh is you just know.
Yeah.
She doesn't put her, I call it putting your ears in. Um, she doesn't put them in right away in the mornings. So I'll have full conversations with her, one-sided conversations with her. And then she'll look up at me and be like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Ears?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "God fucking damn it."
Uh, but I'm excited for the show. Vincent D'Onofrio is back, which means that our theory at the end of Hawkeye is true because in the trailer we see him with the eye patch, which
Mhm,
means that they're taking that directly from the comics where Echo, Maya, shoots him in the face
mhm.
and the bullet just rips out his eye basically. But because he's so much muscle, it
Well, well,
stops
it
the
could,
bullet.
yeah, I was gonna say it could be a flashback too. But in the trailer, the new trailer, have you watched the new trailer by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The in the new trailer, he doesn't have an eye patch.
Well, that it shows some of flashbacks like when she's young.
That's why I was like, I wonder if it's a flashback. But yeah, and the rumor is, or not rumor, but I guess it probably is actual, like factual, because it's like the writers of it. But Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland is gonna be a ground level Avengers movie, basically. We're gonna get Spider-Man, obviously, like Daredevil. I assume Echo will be in it. There's rumors that oh shit, who am I missing here?
Kind of like a
Oh,
Defenders.
Ant-Man. There's rumors
Oh,
that Ant-Man is going to be in it as well, and it's going to be them taking on Kingpin and Kingpin take um putting together a group of people to take the street level Daredevil blah 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 heroes out in New York, and Spider-Man obviously is from New York, so he would be the leader of that uh ground level is what they're calling it, Avengers film.
That's super awesome.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because none of the episodes have aired, we don't know how many episodes Charlie Cox is going to be in for Echo, but he is confirmed to be in it.
He's in the trailer, the new trailer. He's in it.
Oh, I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, he's in the new trailer. I saw him a couple times.
You seen it?
I seen it. I seen you pull a guy's jawbone off once. You used to not give a fuck about discretion. Anyways, this isn't really nerdy. These are just a couple things that are cool. Reacher, if you have been watching any, actually, you know what? Reacher is nerdy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I told you already. So season 2 of Reacher with Alan Rich, is it Richardson?
Is it Richinson?
No, I don't think there's an N in there. Richson, I think it's
I
Richson.
think it's just it's just Richin. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Um, he's awesome. I love that guy. He's been in some really nerdy shit, and one of those things is Smallville, which everybody
Everyone's
here
in
knows.
Smallville.
I love Smallville. Everything goes back to Smallville. Um, the his new love interest in season 2, played Zatanna in Smallville. Um, Neely, who was in the first season, and she's also in this season, was in they only did one season, I think it got canceled, of Swamp Thing on the CW. She was in that.
Hmm.
Um, the one of the guys that's helping him in season 2 was in a show on Sci-Fi called Krypton.
Oh
He
yeah.
was one of the main characters. He basically goes back in time to Krypton to save Superman's great grandfather so that Superman will be born and go to Earth, blah 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 blah. It got canceled after 2 seasons, which is a bummer because I was watching that and that shit was fucking good. I, straight up, it was a good show. And then even the bad guy, right in season 2 of Reacher, is from Sandman.
And Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
No, not that guy.
Oh.
The young guy with the brown hair.
Oh.
That like yeah, he's from um Sandman, which are so all of the main characters in Reacher season 2 are from previous DC projects, which is pretty cool.
Which one?
But the guy you're talking about, yeah, he was it. Not only I can even trace him back to DC. He was in Peacemaker. He
Oh
was his
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All of the main characters are from DC.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't even
And
put that one together.
Alan Ritchson wants to play Batman and James Gunn.
Love him. Not the right role for him. Not in my opinion. He's too big.
I could see it, but I also agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah.
But
And part of his thing, and I again don't mean this in a mean way, he's got kind of the Keanu thing where he's a nice guy. I love everything he's in. He's not the strongest actor.
yeah, I
Is that, you know what I mean? Like Reacher works for him because his lines are very robotic and they're few and far between. You
mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that works for him, but I don't think Batman would be a good fit,
But
unfortunately.
Batman's dialogue is kind of bland and calculated.
Yeah, but you got to play two different people if you're playing Batman. You got to play Bruce Wayne
Yeah,
and you got to play Batman.
that's fair. No, I'll give you that. I agree.
Christian Bale said it best. I'm Bruce Wayne, eccentric billionaire with a fake ass smile. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I love it. Yeah, and then to go from that to where are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he could pull that off. Maybe he could, and he would surprise the shit out of me. Great,
Yeah.
but physically, he's just a fucking giant. He would have to drop weight, tone up, dye his hair because Batman's not blonde.
Right.
It would just be. I just don't think it's right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not
Love you.
disagreeing.
Yeah.
I'm not
Love you,
disagreeing at
Alan.
all.
If you ever see this, which you won't, but if you ever do, we love you. I love you. I mean, keep doing what you're doing, but pursue a different role, please.
Yeah. And then lastly, it just looks like a fun movie called If
Hmm.
for Imaginary Friends. It looks adorable
Mm.
and cute, and the cast in it is quite stacked for a lot of those imaginary friends.
And the main character, I mean,
Isn't it Ryan Reynolds? Yeah.
yes.
And it's John Krasinski
Yeah.
directing it.
Directing it, yeah. Which it makes sense because Emily Blunt is in it as well. But yeah,
Yeah. But Steve Carell,
yeah.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who was just in Indiana Jones, Matt Damon, Jon Stewart, Maya
Matt
Rudolph, Sam
Damon.
Rockwell. I mean,
Yeah.
Aquafina, Bobby Moynihan, Vince Vaughn. Like, so many people are in this.
Yeah.
And it looks just funny and cute
Go watch the
and
trailer. Yeah,
happy-go-lucky.
I think the premise is that the grown-ups basically used to have imaginary friends, and because they stopped believing in their imaginary friends, they're like starting to like fade away. So they have to go back to their original friends. The imaginary friends have to go back to their original friends who are now adults and convince them to teach kids about imaginary friends
Yeah,
so that they can like stay relevant.
it looks fun.
It looks funny, and let's be honest, Ryan Reynolds is in it. So
Yeah,
if anything else, there's eye candy for both you and your girlfriend if you have one, wife, whatever.
yeah.
Nicole already knows. You just love this because Ryan Reynolds in it, and I'm like, so what? Fucking talk back to me.
Don't tell
Which
me
is weird.
what I can and can't love.
Which is weird because she doesn't think Ryan Reynolds is attractive, which makes me mad.
That's because she likes the more brooding, primetime television version of Ryan Reynolds that's less funny.
Do
In
not
Jensen
compare him
Ackles.
to Ryan Reynolds. Do not compare
Diet.
that 5'2" fake deep voice piece of shit to Ryan Reynolds.
Jensen
No.
Ackles, you're not a piece of shit, but you're not Ryan Reynolds. Just remember
You are
that.
no Ryan Reynolds.
We still love you.
I've heard your real voice, and it's not like this. So your fake fucking Batman voice does not fool me. May fool her, but she's deaf. So
That's twice. Ugh.
I gotta go.
You're getting a little spicy over there.
I'm getting a little drunk, and I've been sick all week. You know this, but the listeners don't. So I'm like super delirious. When we when we started, before we usually have a couple cocktails before we start recording, and I was like just fucking head down on the bar, like, man, I am not feeling good. And the between that and the alcohol, I'm getting weird. So
That's
sorry.
great.
I love you, Nicole.
Well, I know it's not weird, but super delicious.
Is
Our
it
second sponsor.
Crybaby Craig's hot sauce?
Oh, it definitely is.
I
Sorry,
love
I had
it.
to,
You know
I had
why
to
I
reel
love
you
it?
in.
It's okay. It's okay. I like it because it's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. And if you listen up, we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, Our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
Okay, friends, we are going to talk about Percy Jackson and the Olympians now streaming on Disney Plus. So far, it's pretty fucking good. Oh, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Come back. Otherwise, you're going to ruin shit for you. Blah, blah, blah. It's awesome. It's the kid from the Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
And
is it Scott Scope? What's his first name?
no, Walker.
Walker Scoble. I don't know why I went to Scott.
It's okay. It's okay.
Scooter. Kid's hilarious, and he's nailing it. I mean, you pointed it out to me, especially with the latest episode, which was episode 3, is just how much more accurate to Greek mythology like the characters are compared to what the movies were.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because they're taking a much closer approach to the books. And Rick Riordan clearly did his homework to understand the mythology and stuff like that. But the show is fantastic, and they're age appropriate compared to the books. You know, they're middle schoolers instead of 18, 19-year-olds played by 27-year-olds. Sorry. I really liked the first movie because I never read the books. And then the second movie was trash. I
didn't even really like the first one that much. I mean, I did, but I didn't. It was like, I don't know.
That's fair. But they combined Annabeth and Clarissa. Clarice.
She explains it all. You got that? You got that reference?
Was that a Silence of the Lambs reference to?
No, it was a TV show on Nickelodeon back in the day. Clarissa explains it all. Wow, you are younger than me.
Yes, that I did not catch. I thought it was because I said Clarice. Sorry, bud. Anyways, we get Clarice. I should just look it up to see if it is Clarice or Clarissa.
Hello, Clarice.
That one I got. It is Clarice LaRue. But they're introduced very early instead of waiting to, a second feature film. Instead of just making Annabeth be the antagonist and the reluctant quest partner.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And before we get any further, fuck everyone that is mad about Leah Jeffries playing Annabeth.
Yeah. Just shove your Confederate flag up your ass and kill yourself, probably.
Yeah, I mean, but be creative, because, it makes for a good news story.
I mean, you could, hang yourself with it if you want to be like that. Go for it, yeah.
Well, I was thinking like a toaster, like a toaster to the bathtub.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, based on the time when the books were written and nowadays, the essence of Annabeth is still the same. She feels like an outcast and people judge her based on who she is.
Right.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a ditzy blonde girl, but neither did Oh my!
Alexandra
Thank
Daddario.
you. I
Yeah.
in my head I was like Ana de Armas, but that's not who it was.
Yeah.
Uh, uh
That would have been cool though.
it would have been I would have been fine with that. But she's not like the ditzy blonde that is actually
Right.
really smart and really capable. Instead, it's more of like a societal a-
Yeah.
appearance thing, which
There's a
unfortunately in this country that still is
well,
a thing, even though we like
th-
fought a war for it. And
there's like this thing though where I'm just not getting this one thing is that they're not fucking real characters,
yeah,
you know? So you can they're imaginary. Somebody made them up and
no,
then, so your
it was this.
interpretation of it is fucking ass.
It was the
So who
same
gives it?
thing with. And first off, before
Little
I
Mermaid?
before I no
Oh,
before I get into talking about how it doesn't matter, fuck J.K. Rowling. But
oh yeah.
when The Cursed Child came out on Broadway, and the original actress that was cast as Hermione was African American, and people are like, "Man, but that doesn't look like Emma Watson." It's like, so
Because it's not
it's a
Emma Watson.
fictional character, but still has bushy hair and
Uh,
plays the character well. Like,
Also, the people that like have a problem with that are the same people that don't understand that Jesus was Middle Eastern and
yeah,
they think he's a brown-haired, blue-eyed white guy from America. So
yeah,
I get it. I get why they're
yeah,
upset because you can change one thing but not the other. I totally understand. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Fucking kill yourself.
Getting
Fuck.
feisty.
I am getting feisty.
Normally I'd be like, let's pump the brakes here, Fox and Friends. But in this instance, I agree.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
No, Leah Jeffries kills it as
Yeah.
playing Annabeth. She's she's cold, she's calculating, just like in even in the first movie. And the books, like, and what's really cool is, well, the first part of the story is very very fucking sad. Is Leah Jeffries was getting a bunch of hate and like death threats, but Rick Riordan, who wrote Annabeth, was like, because he was in charge of casting as well. He was
Mm,
like, they're bigots, they suck, they didn't create this character, I did, and I chose you
yeah.
to play this character.
Which is dope. Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. Like, good guy Rick over here
Yeah.
giving an incredibly talented young actress an opportunity to reshape this story to fit today's climate.
Mm,
The show is amazing.
yeah. Liking it so far. I've only seen the first, is it three? Or
Yeah,
am I at four?
by the time this comes out, episode 4 will be out. So,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
so
cool. I really
good.
like it. So far. So far. Nothing bad to say.
Fair. Fair.
Oh. Sorry, I got carried away.
No,
I
you're.
just hate.
I did too.
Yeah.
But
Sorry I blew
Jason
up.
Mantzoukas as Dionysus,
Oh, big
fucking
thing that
kills it.
we didn't even throw it. Lance Reddick. This is his last role.
And we haven't even seen him yet. Oh, this
Not
is gonna
yet.
make me
Not
real
yet.
sad real fast
Yeah.
once he shows up on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I like that they're spending more time to develop the characters. I'm assuming that the first season is basically going to be the
The
first
first
movie
movie
or the first book.
book. It
Um,
is. It is because they're right now they're looking for the Lightning Thief, and the
yeah,
first book is the
Percy
Lightning
Jackson and the
Thief,
Lightning Thief. Yeah,
hmm which is played by Well, the guy who done it, and we already said spoiler alert, so you can't get mad at me for ruining this. It's the Luke, the kid, the Asian kid.
Yeah,
He
Charlie
that's the
Bushnell.
that's the kid who actually stole the thunderbolt, the lightning bolt from Zeus.
Yes,
Yeah, his dad is the flying one,
Hermes.
right? Hermes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He's the bad guy. We don't know it yet, unless you read the book or watched the movie.
yeah.
He's the main bad guy. Yeah.
I'm.
Very cool.
The show is
And the chick, the
so well
demon
done.
chick with the wings, that's Megan Mullany. That's Nick Offerman's wife.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Nicole's the one
I
who pointed that
I
out to
just
me.
pulled it up.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. Um, Electo, in Greek mythology, but what is she like? Is one of their teachers in
Yeah.
disguise?
Yeah. It's cool. Anyways, that's really all we have to say about the show. There's more we could talk about, but we're kind of dragging on a little bit. I
Yeah.
would just go check it out if I were you guys. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus if we didn't say that.
Yeah. Go watch it. It's enjoyable, even if you've never read the books or seen the original films. It's good. I enjoy it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Well, let's wrap this up. Let's close out the episode, shall we? But before we close out this episode, let's talk about some of our honorable mentions. I mean, we kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, but what do you have, Jake? What did you watch over this holiday break?
I mean, a lot of it was there's so much right now between the time that we stopped recording to now, that I a lot of my honorable mentions we talked about already. The only things that I did watch, and it was just because I've been very sick. I passed out on the couch, woke up alone at 3 in the morning, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie. And I ended up watching two of them. I watched Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home back to back. It was awesome.
They're such good movies.
And then I went to bed after that. It was like it was like 8 in the morning, and I was like, "Ah, now I'm tired again. Good night." How about you?
Well, I mean, we kind of mentioned Reacher season 2. I started watching that, but I went to Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin over this holiday break. So I'm not fully caught up on season 2 of that. Um, I did watch The Killer with Michael Fassbender. I don't think I mentioned that with our
I
last
feel like
episode.
we talked about it.
Did we?
I feel like
I know
we
that we
did.
talked about it off camera because we talked about how like the entire
I feel like
soundtrack
we
is
talked about
basically
it
the
on
Smiths.
camera too.
We probably did. So if that's redundant, I apologize. It's been a few days
Yeah.
since we last
We did talk about
recorded.
it. We did talk about it on camera because I had mentioned that I it reminded me of Dexter. I remember
Yep,
we did
you're
talk about
you're
it on
right.
camera. Yeah.
Well, that's a redundant one. I didn't watch it a second time for those curious. And then when I was in Pennsylvania, I got to hang out with my friend Dave. And during lunch, I didn't watch the whole thing, but now I want to go back and rewatch it. But uh, we watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, because his son loves those, and he'd watched the first one earlier in the day, and I got there a little bit in the afternoon. So we all watched Home Alone 2. That's basically about it, other than what we talked about
Yeah.
for this episode. So
We are going to literally tomorrow. We're gonna go see Aquaman 2. Do we want to see it? No.
Aquaman.
But we're going to because we want to. tell you about it.
Yes.
It's gonna
Um,
be bad.
yeah, I'm like
I've seen.
looking forward to it, but not because it's not going to be good. But I'm looking forward to it because I want to judge the shit out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, well, if you like this podcast and want to support us, go check out allthingsnerdpod.com, which brings you to our brand new website that just went
Ooh.
live thanks to Marty over at Digicat Tech. If you go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com, we're working on getting that redirected. So, depending on when you listen to this episode, you might get the old website, you might get the new one. But the new website looks great. It looks good on mobile too,
Mm-hmm.
which is super cool. And thank you to Marty for all of his hard work. It's been months in the making to give us a decent website.
Yeah.
Also, if you like other nerdy things, and especially D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons, and are looking for a live play podcast, check out Kobolds in the Basement podcast. It's a live play D&D podcast that is part of our All Things Nerd family over here. Also, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast, that podcast. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell strangers on the street if you feel that passionate about it. If you don't, we won't judge you much.
Mm-mm.
Also, if you want to support this podcast on a monetary basis, check out buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a monthly subscription where you get some bonus material, some exclusive merch, and all of that. Just when you subscribe, let us know which of our podcasts led you to us, so that we can cater your content. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Cool. Give us your money. We love you. We hope you had a great holidays. And this has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.